granted. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Quantrill Bounds punches a 12-year-old girl, forces her to perform oral sex. He films the heinous act, posts it on Facebook. 12 years old. Any rational person would want this guy behind bars for a long time. Not Judge Janet Protasewicz. She showed sympathy for him, released him back onto the street. Imagine this were your daughter. Janet Protasewicz's judgment isn't just flawed, it's dangerous.
Live on NBC 12, this is News Watch 12 at 5.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukich. A Wisconsin race for mayor has had some scary moments.
Both Green Bay mayoral candidates have received messages in the past week threatening harm to their families. Reporter Ben Krumholz has more on the situation.
This is sick. That's what Mayor Eric Genrich posted as a caption on Twitter with this picture of a letter sent to his house that says, "Protect your family." A few hours later, his challenger, Chad Weininger, revealed he was also threatened in a text message last Friday that read, "I'll find your family and kill them all."
I've been in serving the community for about 20 years now, and this does happen from time to time. A lot of it, try not to make public, and you just move forward and do what you need to do.
What do you think of Eric posting it on social media?
Obviously he can definitely post it on. I chose really not to, but because this is becoming a larger issue, I think it's important to tell people that this is just not acceptable.
Genrich's campaign manager, Ahmad Rivera-Wagner, did not respond to our messages asking for an interview with the mayor. However, Rivera-Wagner posted on Genrich's Facebook campaign page. In part, he wrote, "This is not a Green Bay value. We will not let them make us afraid of being kind to one another or protecting each other."
And it's been a very odd election cycle. Obviously, a lot of issues that really aren't relevant to the mayor's race, and it's stirring up a lot of these politicized feelings on both sides of the aisle.
The Green Bay Police Department confirmed it is investigating the letter that was sent to Genrich. Weininger told us he did not contact police. He says he's trained in threat assessment and didn't believe the text that was sent to him reached that level.
And if it would have escalated, or if there would have been follow-up text and provoking, or if there would have been anything happening at the house, I definitely would have called.
Voters head to the polls April 4th to decide who will be the mayor for the next 4 years. In Green Bay, Ben Krumholz, Fox 11 News.
Looks like a little less snow down in Green Bay. We got some snow up here, but it's melting fast, Conrad.
Exactly, Dan. More reinforcements are on the way, though.
So we'll be getting more snow this weekend?
Not for us. The system will be staying just south and east of our area. But taking a look outside right now, look how beautiful it's looking. Lots of sunshine once again. Last night, we did see those northern lights. We had lots of clear skies. We had a really good rating, too. We saw all of those colors outside. Right now, same story. Lots of clear skies. Tonight, though, we will have some more increase in clouds. Take a look at these temperatures once again. 42 degrees here in town. Even warmer in Eagle River, 44. 45 in Lando Lakes, even Tomahawk came in, little pocket of warmer air, 45 degrees just south of town. So even slightly above average temperatures, we're all over the state today. Our average should be around 42 degrees, average low around 21. Look at 1965 though, 19 below zero, very cold air was in the region. We will have some cold air next week. Not quite as cold as 20 below zero. Tonight, though, things will continue to cool off. We're going to see temperatures hovering near average and around 21 degrees. Dan and Jessica?
Thank you, Conrad. Today would have been a nice day for some outdoor spring sports if it wasn't for all the snow sticking around.
It's been a good spring to have a climate-controlled dome. Newswatch 12's Serenity Douglas is in Rhinelander with more on some softball action today. Serenity?
That's right, Dan and Jessica. I'm here at the very convenient Hodak Dome. Softball tournament play has been going on all day. You can hear them right behind me. Seeing who advanced to the next round going head-to-head. Rhinelander faced off with Clintonville earlier this morning and won 7-4, while Lakeland Union played Marshfield and ended up losing that one 15-2. This made for the next game versus Rhinelander and Marshfield, while Lakeland then faced Clintonville and fell to them 10-8. Although Rhinelander wasn't able to pull it off, ultimately losing 10-0, they still placed second in the softball tournament. Held at their own home, Coach DJ D. Meyer spoke on the goals for the rest of the year.
Our goals is to just keep improving every game, every week. We got win-loss goals, but that's really minor. As long as we're peaking at the end of the season towards playoffs, that's what we're really building towards. So.
Rhinelander is now 2-1 and will play Medford on March 28th. Stick around until the 10 p.m. newscast, and I'll have full game highlights for you guys. I'm live in Rhinelander, Serenity Douglas, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Serenity. One of Wisconsin's most decorated high school basketball coaches is retiring. Tom Weinkoff announced yesterday he is retiring as girls basketball coach at Wausau West after 6 years with the program. Weinkoff also coached boys basketball at Marathon High School, as well as Wausau's Newman Catholic girls basketball team, where he won 3 state titles at each school. He coached high school basketball for over 30 years in the state and compiled 671 wins. Weinkoff went to state 15 times with his teams and is a member of the Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. A snowmobile crash was reported at around 2 in the afternoon in the town of Lac du Flambeau. The accident happened on Crawling Stone Lake. According to dispatchers, there were 2 people in critical condition from the crash. Emergency personnel were called to the scene.
With the snow melting outside, soon enough, thousands of campers will be enjoying Wisconsin's Northwoods. The Chequamegon-Nicolet National Forest is looking for volunteer hosts to keep campgrounds running smoothly. Campground hosts are provided with a free campsite. Hosts are required to work around 25 hours each week for at least 1 month, which is mostly making sure the campground is clean. Some campgrounds with the highest needs are Lake Emily, Sailor Lake, Twin Lake, which are all between Lac du Flambeau and Five Field. There's also a need at Ada Lake, Bear Lake, Morgan Lake campgrounds, which are all in Forest County. You can reach out to Chequamegon-Nicolet for more details. Spring is when nature comes back to life, so a lingering winter is not helpful for animals looking for food.
Coming up after the break, we'll learn from a wildlife biologist on how deer are handling this spring snow. After weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
What does it cost to buy off a judge? For extremist Dan Kelly, he's for sale for $20,000. In 2020, Kelly conveniently changed his mind about whether to judge the Tim Zignego case. Kelly had recused himself. Then he pocketed $20,000 in contributions from Zignego and his family, and Kelly unrecused himself so he could judge the case. Justice shouldn't be for sale. Dan Kelly is too corrupt, too extreme.
In the market to build a new home or vacation property? What a better time to check out North Country Homes and come to our open house March 24th through the 26th. Talk with our factory builders, contractors, and meet with the North Country Home team. With over 20 models to choose from, you'll be sure to find a home that fits your needs. Our homes have level of detail and quality that have been surpassing expectations for over 50 years. Find your new home at North Country Homes.
Come to Slumberland and get 20% off our beautiful new furniture and decor during our Spring Spruce Up event. We've got fresh new looks, like sleek new upholstery for your living area, plus extra discounts on recliners, patios, Sealy mattresses, and sectionals, including our new super versatile modular sectional. Get an extra 20% off Slumberland low prices during our Spring Spruce Up event right now at Slumberland Furniture. And check out our easy new mattress rating system to get you in your perfect bed.
Russell, what does this have to do with law?
Absolutely nothing.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport. Or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance. And more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Happy Friday, everyone. The weekend's around the corner. Hopefully, folks had a chance to go outside and see these beautiful views. These are the Northern Lights here in Wisconsin. You don't even have to go to Canada or Alaska to see the beautiful Northern Lights we had yesterday. Tonight it's going to be a bit different story. We will have some more increasing clouds, and we won't quite see what we saw yesterday. Today, though, at the moment, right now, we do have some mostly sunny skies right now. A little bit of cloud action going on by Green Bay into Milwaukee, Madison area as well. Tonight, though, we will have some more increasing clouds as another low-pressure system just down south of us will continue to make its way up north. Look at this. Lots of severe weather in the southerly states. A lot of favorable atmosphere down there with lots of warm temperatures as well. So things are not looking too well down south. For us, though, we will be in the clear tomorrow. Maybe a flurry or two. Overall, though, most of that heavy precipitation will be by Green Bay south into Milwaukee. Madison will get several inches of snowfall, folks. So if you are traveling south tomorrow, be careful and please leave extra time whenever you are traveling down south. For us, though, here in the Northwoods, maybe a flurry or two. Overall, though, not too bad. Then the weekend looks pretty good. Sunday into Monday, and then Tuesday as well. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday does get a little bit interesting as another low will be moving on in from the south, making its way up north. So we might get a little bit more snow by middle to end of next week. With this storm coming in, though, no snow here in town, maybe a flurry or two max. But most of the precipitation will be just south and east of town into the Green Bay area. And Milwaukee and Madison are the main winners with this one. They only have pretty much zero snow in Milwaukee, Madison, maybe an inch in some spots. That will significantly increase by tomorrow. Wausau, though, 10 inches here in town, though. Once again, 1.5 feet. Look at Duluth. Wow, still at 3 feet of snow on the ground. It's almost April. We should see some warmer temperatures. It's spring. We're getting excited, but not quite yet. There's some warm air down south, 70s, 80s into Nashville, but that's where that severe weather is. Up north, though, where that cold front did pass by, look at this, 44 degrees in St. Louis, 42 in Indianapolis. Same story here, though. 42 here in Rhinelander, 44 in Tomahawk, Merrill into Wausau, low 40s as well. Those are the temperatures right now. So we did melt a little bit of snow, but not quite as much as we still have around 1.5 feet. But take a look at these temperatures next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday into Friday, mid-30s outside with some more active weather, more snow in the region, so it will be a little bit chilly next week. Tonight, though, 21 degrees, increasing clouds, not too bad. Tomorrow, temperatures around 36 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, some flurries will be possible. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show a nice-looking week. Next week, we will get more chances of snow with temperatures in the 30s. Dan?
Xcel Energy says it will temporarily shut down a Minnesota nuclear plant to repair a broken pipe. It's the same pipe that caused 400,000 gallons of contaminated water to spill last year. The pipe that broke ran between 2 buildings at the facility and carried water contaminated by radioactive hydrogen-3. Xcel says that the spillage does not pose a hazard to drinking water or pose health risks to the area. Officials made the decision to bring the plant offline to do a full inspection and repair a broken pipe.
So we want to show the public that we treat this seriously. We spilled something, we want to clean it up, and that's what we're doing.
The company plans to fully inspect the facility and see if there are any other issues that can only be dealt with while the plant is shut down.
A new report from the Wisconsin Policy Forum has found that despite increased interest in the outdoors, parks and forests have lost financial support. Outdoor recreation contributed $7.8 billion to Wisconsin's gross domestic product in 2020. The following year, that grew to $8.7 billion. Despite that, Wisconsin has witnessed a dramatic decline in state funding for the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. In the mid-90s, the agency received $334 million in funding under the 1995-1997 state budget. Under the current budget, the Wisconsin Policy Forum states that revenue declined to $197.5 million. When adjusting for inflation, that funding would be equal to $632 million today. The report points to shifting state tax funding for Medicaid, K-12 schools, state prisons, and tax cuts as a key reason for the decline in general purpose revenue allocated to the DNR. Winter is the ultimate survival test for animals. That's why some birds fly thousands of miles away just to avoid it. Of course, mammals don't have that option, so they've evolved different ways to make it through spring.
Spring doesn't always come on those animals' schedules. This year, snow will almost certainly linger into April. This makes it hard for animals like deer who need to start grazing soon. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver spoke with a local biologist and has more on this critical time for deer. Matt?
Well, that's right, Dan and Jessica. While deer can browse off some trees, food on the ground is more plentiful and nutritious. And although snow has started to melt, that doesn't mean that the wintry weather is done for good. But as one wildlife biologist with the Wisconsin DNR explains, it's too bad that for the deer, Mother Nature doesn't stick to an exact schedule.
It's pretty good living spring, summer, fall, just because there's green forbs and everything to eat then.
All winter long, deer feed off of supply they've built up in their stomach before the snow.
That is when deer start getting closer to the end of those fat reserves. And then it also can delay spring green up, which is a time that obviously ends the winter and they can start building those fat reserves back up.
Wildlife biologist Kurt Rollman with the Wisconsin DNR says it mostly affects fawns, even in a mild winter like this one.
That's where we see the majority of the losses in a severe winter. That is that age class that really feels the impact. In all honesty, our adult deer really are well adapted to winters in Wisconsin.
Using a measurement called the Winter Severity Index, an area can tally up to 2 points per day, one for below zero temperature and one for more than 18 inches of snow. This year to date, Vilas County is at 44 points versus 28 for Oneida. While still mild, it's a drastic contrast for neighboring counties.
There's been a line of snow this year. Southern Oneida, where there really hasn't been that many days of over 18 inches of snow.
While it's mostly up to Mother Nature, people can help by having enough timber harvest for twigs and leaves or planting food plots.
Those are the big things, kind of setting up the deer for having a successful winter through solid habitat.
In the Northwoods, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Matt. It's the start of Ramadan. After the break, we will tell you about that Islamic holiday.
And a Great Dane gave birth to 21 puppies in 27 hours. We'll have that story next.
At Wausau Hearns Furniture, we want you to save. During the month of April, we will pay the sales tax, and there's no purchase limit. Whether in stock or special order, you save because we are paying the sales tax.
Stop in soon at Wausau Hearns Furniture.
Keep your home looking clean and beautiful with 11% off everything at Menards. DuraClean is an interior paint and primer in one that's washable, scrubbable, and stain resistant. A gallon is just $21.97 after rebate. Finish your renovations with premium fast interior wood stain. Varathane has a proven formula that's sure to amaze and is ideal for all interior wood projects, from floors to furniture. Get a 1-quart can for $10.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Sheriffs like us from around the state are supporting Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Justice Kelly's opponent, Janet Protasiewicz, is a Milwaukee County judge with a long history of letting dangerous criminals back into our streets.
Directly undermining the work of our officers and putting your family at risk. We can't afford to have judges who put their own agendas above the law. It's time we start prioritizing justice again, not politics.
Vote Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
At Wausau Hearns Furniture, we want you to save. During the month of April, we will pay the sales tax, and there's no purchase limit. Whether in stock or special order, you save because we are paying the sales tax.
Stop in soon at Wausau Hearns Furniture.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Wausau Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our unique doctor-supervised program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back safely, naturally, and effectively. If you'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no drugs, no hypnosis or surgery, call Wausau Weight Loss today at 715-203-8695.
Hi, I'm Janelle. I've lost 70 pounds in 30 inches. I know the secret.
I feel great now after losing the 70 pounds. I can do stairs. I don't have pain through the day, through the night. As a breast cancer survivor, I knew I needed to lose the weight to prevent future health issues. I feel great, living each day with hope for my future.
For your free private weight loss consultation, call Wausau Weight Loss today at 715-203-8695. WeKnowTheSecret.com.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and it is considered one of the most important months for Muslims around the world.
For many Muslims, during Ramadan, it involves prayer, fasting, spending time with family and friends. Muslims believe that this is the month that Allah, the Arabic name for God, revealed the first verse of the Quran to Muhammad, who is the final prophet of Islam. From sunrise to sunset, Muslims are unable to drink or eat anything throughout the day. Omar Zaydin is a Muslim student who attends UW-Madison. He says while fasting may seem like a hard task, staying busy doing different activities helps pass the time.
I don't really feel the length of the day as like I'm going throughout. It's like I want to balance Ramadan and my day-to-day things. Like, you know, I'm going to school, classes, doing my homework, doing any responsibilities I have, trying to stay in the mosque, read some Quran, and by then it's already time to break your fast. So there's a lot to keep you busy, and you don't really feel the length of the day, especially in Ramadan. There's just not enough time.
Ramadan is also an opportunity to reflect and show compassion for the poor and less fortunate. Ibrahim Saeed is the president of the Islamic Center of Madison, and he told Newswatch 12 that during this month there's one major goal.
And the ultimate goal and the wisdom behind Ramadan is not really to feel the hunger and thirst, but it's really the ultimate goal of it is reaching piety, which is their self-conscious, God's consciousness. And also at the same time that will lead you before the salvation in the hereafter.
Fasting during Ramadan is believed to help purify the soul and increase spiritual awareness. It's also a time to reflect on your actions and sins. A Great Dane in Virginia just became a new mom 21 times.
Wow. And after 27 hours of labor, this dog doesn't have much time to rest. She has a huge brood to keep up with. Robert Castillo has more.
Nominee is a 2-year-old Great Dane that belongs to Tanya Dubbs of Pocahontas, Virginia. Last Wednesday, Nominee began the process of having 21 puppies. Dubbs says it took Nominee 27 hours to have all the pups. Unfortunately, 2 passed away shortly after birth. The Nominee is still very much busy with the other 19.
Out of all of her puppies, all of them were over a pound except 2. And the one was 0.94 ounces and the other one was 0.98 ounces. And the next day I weighed them and everybody had gained anywhere between 2 to 5 ounces.
Dubbs says she expected Nominee to have quite a few pups because of her size, but says she didn't expect 21.
So I figured, you know, probably about 13, 14. So we got up to 16, and then she had another one, and I was sitting on the bed, and she was on the bed with me, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and I heard a gush of fluid, and I looked over her, and I said, we have another puppy.
Dubbs says that Nominee has a unique backstory. Last year, she was hit by a truck after getting out of the house. It injured her side and one of her eyes. After 16 grueling hours, Nominee was found and treated for her wounds.
And I called her, and she stopped, and she looked at me, and she come running to me. And she's got the scar on the one side. It tore up her eye. But she's still here. We got our girl back.
Dubbs says she plans to sell the pups once they're weaned from their mother in a few weeks, adding that the money from the first pup sold will benefit the Tazewell County Animal Shelter.
Get the absolute best pricing now during Furniture and Appliance Mart's 54th anniversary event. We've marked down everything store-wide, all backed by our 30-day price guarantee. Get your choice of 6 months interest-free financing or low monthly payment options at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Dan Kelly and his friends are lying about Judge Janet Protasiewicz.
He wants to scare you because he can't talk about his own record.
Dan Kelly has never sentenced a single criminal to prison.
Not one.
That's a fact.
And as a private attorney, Kelly got rich defending sex predators who posed as youth ministers to sexually assault young girls.
That's the truth.
The bottom line is that Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe.
He's an extremist
who doesn't care about us.
Menke Automotive is your new neighbor in central Wisconsin. So now you've got a friend in the auto business. Menke Automotive prides ourselves on having happy employees because happy employees make for happy customers. When you need a new Buick, GMC, or Mazda, expert service, precision body work, or just a hot cup of coffee, come in and get to know us at Menke Automotive at the old Fred Miller location on Grand Avenue in Schofield. Menke Automotive, your new neighbors in central Wisconsin.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because the RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
Sue right, Jake middle, me on the left. Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
Get the absolute best pricing now during Furniture and Appliance Mart's 54th anniversary event. We've marked down everything store-wide, all backed by our 30-day price guarantee. Get your choice of 6 months interest-free financing or low monthly payment options at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Well, this was a rare sight. Here's some photos from Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin. Professional photographer and Land O'Lakes Chamber of Commerce Director Aaron Houdini last night took these. He's been taking photos of the lights for 10+ years and says he has never seen anything like it in this area like last night. It was pretty special.
Yeah, that's beautiful. During my drive home, I actually saw them, and I was like, this is so cool. I've never seen it before. Tried to take a picture, and it did not turn out well.
Yeah, sometimes the photography doesn't work.
The lighting, yeah. The best way is just stopping, pulling over, turning all your lights off, and then just focusing on the sky for like 5 minutes.
It didn't work. But are we going to get another chance to see them, Conrad?
Tonight, I don't think so, especially with those increasing clouds. But take a look outside right now. Look at this beautiful picture we got sent in. Lots of colors. We got purple, red, some green, even a light blue in there. So it was looking gorgeous. I stopped and did see those colors as well. My phone didn't quite take a good quality picture. But right now, though, we do have some mostly clear skies and mostly sunny as well. Tonight, though, we will have increasing clouds, so the chances of seeing some northern lights are pretty slim tonight. You'd have to go up closer to Minnesota, North Minnesota, I'd say, into Canada, where there's going to be some less cloud cover tonight. But look how nice the next several days are going to look. Close to 40 degrees. Once again, Sunday into Monday, lots of sunshine. Then things start to turn a little bit colder. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. We're going to have some temperatures in the mid-30s and some more chances of snow.
That snow's going to keep melting in the meantime, though.
Exactly. It's almost April.
Better get out and enjoy it while you can. Thank you, Conrad. That's all the time we have. We'll see you back here at 6.